Hello and welcome to the Gold Newsletter channel. My name is Kai Hoffman. I'm the @JR Mining Guy over on X, and together with our very good friend Brian London, I'm the host of the Gold Newsletter channel, and I'm looking forward to catching up with Marco Roque. He's the president and CEO over at Cassiar Gold, and the company announced some really interesting drill results this morning, and we have to talk about them. Before I switch over to my guest, hit that like and subscribe button. Helps us out tremendously. Also, leave a comment down below. What do you think about the drill results that the company's put out, and what do you think about the company? We do want to hear from you. Now, Marco, it is great to have you back on the channel. It's good to see you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kai. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we got lots to talk about here. Really impressive drill results from the Taurus Gold Deposit in British Columbia. Run us through the highlights, Marco.
Absolutely. So we've reported another 7 drill holes, totaling 1,374 meters. They all came back mineralized as usual, which is really what you want to see. Some of the highlights are 201.8 meters from surface at 0.53 grams per ton on hole 229. We also intercepted 19.7 meters of 6.84 grams per ton on hole 232. And we had multiple intercepts on the other 5 holes, and most of them also starting from surface, which is really exciting. So continue to expand mineralization at surface beyond the limits of the pit shell. Vast resource blocks expanding from areas away from resource blocks. So all the good things you really want to see in drill results.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Especially grade is fantastic. 19.7 meters at, 6.84 grams per ton. That is really impressive. I really like seeing that. 201.8 at 0.53 grams is not, you don't laugh at either. Really, really nice results. Really important that they're from surface as well. So accessible, low strip ratio is what I would be assuming here. And those results, Marco, you sort of touched on that, but they will be incorporated in the resource update that's coming, correct?
That's right. So yeah, all the drilling that we've been doing really is to basically optimize and expand the resource update that is up and coming. So these results, as well as all the 3 drill seasons that basically we've conducted since the last resource update, will be used to upgrade and expand the resource, and we're looking forward to that. But there's still more drilling to release as well.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, no, we'll get to that in a second. But maybe, I know you're not the geologist of the company, but maybe you can put the holes that you were released today a bit into context. A, the previous resource, and B, like other drill results that will go into the new resource update here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, basically we have at surface bulk tonnage, and the Samuel Gold resource at Taurus, 1.4 million ounces. At 1.14 grams per ton, right at surface, which is open for expansion laterally and at depth. And we've been expanding within the pit shell of the resource with infill in areas where there's ideally we try to focus areas where there's no resource blocks, although there's always a few areas where you cross to existing resource blocks because of previous drilling. But also we've been expanding laterally and at depth, and the drill results that we have here do exactly that. We're expanding mineralization in these areas, in areas where we have up to 60-meter step outs, and where we have large blocks between resource that don't basically carry any grade, although we felt very confident they were mineralized, and that's what this drilling is showing. Expanding at surface, expanding at depth, expanding within the pit shell as well as outside of the pit shell, and outside of resource blocks, which really lends itself to eventually expand the resource, which is really what we've been focused on, which is really making this resource bigger. Our objective as a company really is eventually to define a 5 million ounce plus district, and what we see so far, we're well on our way. Obviously, that's not done overnight, but we're marching towards that.
No, that's I love when companies have a business plan and a target in mind. It really helps us understand what you're working towards. So I appreciate you clarifying that. Of course, it doesn't happen overnight. I think we all know that, or we should know that. Although when I read the chat board, sometimes like people expect everything tomorrow or yesterday. So
That's right. That's right.
very short term focused often. But 30 drill holes were drilled in the previous campaign. How many of those have you released? You mentioned New Coast. Some holes are still pending from there. Are those the only holes pending?
That's right. We have 3 drill holes pending at New Coast. New Coast is we've released everything now from Taurus. So now the focus, around the Taurus area is to work towards that resource update, and will be coming in the next few months. We've provided guidance, first half of 2025. I think we'll be somewhere there in the middle. So probably a couple of months. We cannot pin a date as of yet. That work is ongoing. You want to get out that as soon as possible. But in the meantime, we still have pending results from New Coast. New Coast is a target that's 2.5 kilometers south of Taurus, so quite a bit away. Taurus is a 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer footprint, which is expanding as we speak. And New Coast is a target that we drilled for the first time in 2023. It's a target that we have a lot of faith on. We're really excited about that target. We're seeing a lot of similarities to Taurus. And the first drill campaign in 2023, we put out 5 drill holes. They all came back mineralized. And then we followed up last year with 3 drill holes, and they are still pending. They're all a few hundred meters away from each other. So it's kind of early days, but we're seeing the highlight that we had there was 95 meters at 0.9 grams per ton. We're seeing kind of similar widths and grades in New Coast as we see at Taurus. And our hope is that, if New Coast gets anywhere close to the Taurus size and the size that we still haven't found the limits of Taurus, of course. But we believe that just New Coast, if it becomes a similar size to Taurus, just New Coast and Taurus alone could get us well on our way to get to that 5 million ounce targets, let alone the other areas or the potential continuity between New Coast and Taurus, which is something we're assessing as well with the field work that we've completed last year and the previous year as well.
Could New Coast be like the key that unlocks or sort of connects the northern and southern part of Cassiar?
That's actually a very interesting question. We don't know. I think for one step at a time. I think the first objective for us will be to prove our expectation and our excitement that New Coast could be another Taurus there. Then we believe that New Coast could also be connected to Taurus, in which case the 5 million ounce target might start being not ambitious enough, but of course, there's a lot of work to start talking about that. And then a little bit further south, 2.5 kilometers south of New Coast. So New Coast sits right between the Cassiar South high-grade veins and Taurus. And we did have an intercept in 2023 of 237 meters at 0.69 grams per ton at the main mine. We don't know if the mineralization style is different. We don't know if the main mine could be another bulk tonnage target. We only have one drill hole is very wide, and of course New Coast is right in between, but geology is slightly different there as well. So the jury is still out, but there is that potential. But it is all parts, regardless of a 15-kilometer trend north-south that is just filled not only with known mineralization end to end, and the potential doesn't end there. We know it needs at least 15 kilometers, and New Coast sits right in the middle. But it's also an area where we have 5 past producing mines that we control. So we know it's a mineralized trend, regardless of the style of mineralization, if it's disseminated gold, open pitable, kind of Taurus style mineralization or deposits, or if it's more of these sheer high-grade veins that you typically see in the south, where a lot of 10 to 20 gram per ton underground high-grade vein production has come from in the past. We don't know yet. Either way, all we like to see it's mineralized, and we're connecting the dots and like weaving through. And again, we only have a resource to find on a one square kilometer of a 15 kilometer trend. So kind of weaving in and trying to connect the dots, but it's a large area. It will take some time, but what's good to see is that we're consistently hitting either bulk tonnage, open pitable style mineralization, like you see at Taurus, and the type of mineralization you see on this and previous press releases, or the high grade veins. Either way, as long as it has gold, we'll take it.
Absolutely, yeah, you should. Absolutely fantastic. Marco, run us a bit through the timeline. What are some of the next steps? What can we expect from the company up until the resource update here?
Yes, so now the next step is Newcoast, the 3 drill holes at Newcoast. Again, do stay tuned for that. We're very excited about that target. We've done drilling in 2023, and there's 3 drill holes pending for that. Then in 2023, we've also conducted extensive field work, mapping, sampling, soil grid surveys. We're finding, we're sending. We send boots on the ground which they kept on finding outcrop, and we're seeing consistently in a 3, 4, 5 kilometer radius from Taurus a lot of similarities to what we see at the Taurus deposit, which similar veining, similar style of mineralization, similar characteristics, and similar grades when we have outcrop, and the geos have been taking some samples, and we're seeing similar grades as well, 0.5 gram to 2 grams, outcropping out of the soil. We've also completed soil grid surveys in 2023 and geophysics. So in 2024, towards the later part of the season, we've conducted over 70 square kilometers of geophysics. We also conducted a couple of soil grid surveys to the north and to the south of Taurus. We've conducted more mapping and sampling work as well. So the results are still being received and interpreted as well. So that will be coming out after the drill holes of Newcoast, and that will continue to give us more layers of evidence and information into what are the most exciting targets, within that Taurus, centered around Taurus, which I think could give us really good indications about kind of the ultimate potential that we see at Taurus, although we're really just starting to scratch the surface. So that will be probably the results from that, and interpretations for that will be coming somewhere in February, and then around March, April, or potentially a little bit later. We don't know yet. We'll have the updated resource estimate, and then for 30101 to translate part of all the success that we've been having in drilling into updated mineral resource estimates, which I think will be quite significant, and we'll also be in the meantime announcing the plans for exploration for this year, our strategy for exploration, and our plans to continue to advance what we believe to be a very exciting project in a great jurisdiction that is growing and is really demonstrating what you want to see. And we believe this is a project that the majors will be paying attention to, and we're very excited to continue to advance this.
No, fantastic. Yeah, lots of news coming out. Lots to happen here at Cassiar Gold. Marco, really appreciate your time this morning. Jumping on here for a quick breaking news special to talk about the results. Much appreciated, Marco. Good luck marketing on the road. I understand you're on the East Coast in the U.S. right now. We'll catch up in person in Vancouver this weekend as well, so I'm looking forward to that. Marco, safe travels. Good luck out there. And to everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in here to the breaking news special with Cassiar Gold. Hope you enjoyed the conversation with Marco Roque. I hope it was useful to you as well. Please leave a like, leave a comment down below, and if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back with lots more. Take care.